people. Welcome to Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, guys. Love you. We are here for another spin of the mystery wheel. We're going to figure out what square we're going to do today. If you're new to my channel, this is my mystery painting, and every time I do a video, I reveal one of these squares. We only have 7 left to go, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of orcas. There's a lot of depth and color. There's tons of ABs in this. This is from the one with the diamond art, and yeah, it's not numbered like DAC's mystery canvases. It's just random if you order one from them, and it comes with, well, I don't know, this is kind of old, so I don't know what they're doing now, but mine came with this opaque cover already on it, and then I just sectioned it off. But so without further ado, we will spin the wheel on my laptop here. So I put stickers on there, and I labeled that. I labeled the wheel according to what animals on the sticker. So let's see what sticker we're gonna diamond paint today. Sea serpent. Okay, so sea serpent is up at the top. I was hoping to get a top one. We almost got owl. Owl would have been hen, and I know we would have finished this orca. But this is the sea serpent, and let's see what he has to say to us today. They give us some encouraging words, hopefully, except for the squirrel. The squirrel was a little weird. It's completely okay if you cry today. Thank you, sea serpent. I don't feel the need to cry today, but if anybody out there does, sea serpent says, go for it. It's okay to let it out. Don't hold it in. Yes, sometimes we just need to let it out. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I'm missing a drill. See, I'm moving these canvases on and off and sliding other canvases on top. Yeah, these kind of, they're not popping, but they lift up, and it's like, I don't know if it's the glue or what, but I don't usually have this problem. Like, I don't have this problem with any of the other canvases, so I'll fill that one in. Looks like a J. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my square. When we come back, you're going to be zoomed in, and we're going to diamond paint this guy. Be right back. Guys, I think we're all set up here, and yeah, let's see here. Let me just pick a color, a symbol. We're going to go with number 6, which I don't have very many. In fact, I think this is the only color that still has written labels, and it has 2 of them. So there's still a lot of 6s that I have to do. I'm just going to pour the whole jar in there. I hope everybody is having a great day. I don't know if you noticed, but I started putting on my what is it, thumbnail of these mystery paintings, that this is also, I swear these drills just do not look resin to me. I mean, they say they're resin, but okay, can we focus? Let me see. Do you see the different sizes of those two? I mean, they're just not the same size. These are all kind of like, look how much smaller that second one is, and then look how much smaller that one is than that. They're just, I don't know, they're kind of like wonky. Look at that. They look like acrylic drills. They don't look resin to me. I'm not saying they aren't, but they're wacky. Like the 2 I put down here are not the same size. I don't know. Anyway, this pen is from Leopard Leatherworks, and I love it. It's not super shiny, and I think that they say they don't, and it doesn't match this canvas at all, but I already have multiplacer all set up to go with it's one of the ones that I used, and I've been using, so I'm just using it because I'm on time restraints today. I have to work tonight and I want to go to the gym. So I'm going to use what I have readily available rather than take the time to prep another pen. I have the, I guess I was using a pink pen, and the sun's going out. I was using a pink pen originally, but since last year when I started this, I've upgraded to only metal placers, and I gotta like change it to a metal placer on both the single tip and then fill them and blah, blah, blah. I just don't feel like doing that right now. Nope. So, and then the trays that I'll be using are from DpGalCreations. I don't think she's been making new trays. I think she's been having like issues with her 3D printer. I've reached out to her, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, these are generally my go-to trays. And the sun really, really went somewhere. It's like taking a break. It's in the break room. Sipping on gin and juice. It's on a break. Okay, anyway. Again, I have nothing prepared. I'm always like, oh, I should talk about that. And then I don't write anything down. I really need to like maybe open up a notes app on my phone and just start keeping track of things that I think about. But let's just do updates because I haven't. Oh, so anyway, I am adding that I'm doing a WIP Chat because I do update you guys on my life in these mystery videos, and I thought maybe people don't know that I do a WIP Chat in the beginning, and they just think it's about this mystery painting. So I just started adding that because yeah, it is basically a WIP Chat just with a little flair, you know. And I do a lot of updates in these videos because I like to talk in the beginning, and then, you know, I do a little time lapse with some songs and music I think are cool. I try to pick some decent songs, and then I don't, you know, I mean, I'm not going to do 2 WIP Chats a week. I probably can because apparently I can talk to myself for quite a long time. But I think that people who talk to themselves constantly in their heads are probably really good at WIP Chats. That's what I always talk to myself in my head. And I think I got really good at it during my first marriage because I had to just, I didn't confide in anybody with all the issues that I was going through. I just constantly argued in my mind. And I think that, you know, I wasn't really allowed to have an opinion, so I just argued my opinions in my head. And I think that made me good at WIP Chats because I learned to have full-on conversations with myself since I couldn't have them out loud. And now look at me go. So used to talking to myself. It's kind of scary. Anyway, okay, let's do diamond painting updates. I have not been buying canvases. Well, that's a lie. I just did buy 2 canvases from Calming Canvas Designs because she got 2 pug canvases. I've been waiting for a stained glass pug, and she got a stained glass pug. Like, I asked her if she was going to get more stained glass dogs because she has English bulldogs, and she said she has a lot to choose from, and I was like, any pugs? So she actually put up a couple pug canvases, and yeah, I ordered those. And because, you know, my stalker, my little stalking sausage, I know DAC has a couple pug canvases, but they're both partials, and I'm not partial to partials. It's just me. I don't have anything against them. You know, it's just like, hey, some people don't like ice cream. It doesn't mean that they think anything's wrong with ice cream. They just don't like it. I used to not like ice cream. Now I can't understand why. I don't know. It's so weird. But yeah, so I did order 2 pug canvases from Calming Canvas Designs. If you haven't seen them, they're available. And let me see. That's it. I except for my Prime Day stuff, like canvas wise, I haven't ordered anything. But I've been doing really good on, I feel like I've been doing really good on getting to my WIPs this month. Although I came into the month, I don't know with how many, maybe, I think 3, and I still have 3 because I finished the 2 that I started in this month, I think. So I finished 2 canvases this month, but neither one of them were actually canvases I came into this month with. So my goal is to finish at least one of those canvases this month. And we're only halfway through, so I feel like I have a good chance. I'm praying that I can get this together enough to do that, but you know, it is what it is. I only have, after this video, I'll only have 6 more, 6, right? 2, 4, 6 more of these squares to do. So, I mean, maybe I can do a couple of these videos. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to work through the WIPs, but I am going to be kitting up again. It's kind of hard when you're kitting up constantly. And you know, the other 2 WIPs are huge. They're just ginormous, and they are very confetti heavy. And it's okay. I love that. I love that about them. But, you know, they're just very time consuming. And the 2 that I finished were small, and they had a lot of color blocking, and were small for me, like 40, what was the one? Was it 40 by 60? And then the other one was 50 by 50. They're small compared to the other ones that I have going on. And yeah, they worked up very quickly. Like, if I stuck to those sizes, I figure I could probably do 1 a week, because I got both of those done. One of them done in 5 days or 4 days of working on it, and one of them done in a week of working on it. Like working days, 7 working days. But, you know, I don't like to just do smaller canvases because I like to complicate my life. So I feel like that, you know, that's pretty good. Given that I did work on these other canvases here and there, not as much. I found that once I put a project on my desk, I had a hard time moving it off to even record, because I just, you know, the first thing I want to do when I wake up is I want to diamond paint. And, you know, some of my videos are not diamond painting videos. They're not all WIP chats, right? So I'm just like, okay, I'll record that when I'm done this row. And then, you know, the day gets away from me. So I start my square and I'm diamond painting my square. And then I'm like, okay, I got to go to the gym. And then I go to the gym and then I come back and I'm like, I'm not done this row yet. So then, you know, I start working on it again. And then I'm like, all right, gotta throw in some laundry. And that's like kind of like how I operate. And then next thing you know, I'm not, you know, I'm still working on the row. And then the next day I wake up and I'm like, well, let me finish this block. Once I finish this block, I'll be done the row. And then I'll finish the row. And then I'm like, well, I'm not ready to stop diamond painting yet. I'll just start the next block and then I'll move it off when I'm, because like in the morning, like I said, I like to diamond paint. I like to get my coffee. I like to take care of the dog, walk her, get my coffee, sit down and throw some drills down. So I think that this is where, you know, having a second table in here would be very helpful because I would be able to keep something going, right? And have like a recording station. Watch me have 2 diamond paintings going at once. But that's my plan. That's my plan, to have like a setup where, and the table that I would like to get is going to be big enough where I could have actually 2 diamond paintings going at once. And then maybe I'll just keep the desk as my recording station. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's what's been happening. Once I start working on something, I kind of just keep going and going and going and going. And that's why I've been finishing these smaller projects. Now, the Halloween one, I was like, well, I have to finish it because I got to get it hung up. And you guys will have seen that because, let me fix this, the one that fell off, because it's annoying me and I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let me just do that. So you probably saw my Amazon Prime video. If you didn't, go ahead and check that out. Oh no, here's another one that I still have to empty. I will be setting that tower up. I'm hoping this week. Like I keep saying, this week I'm going to do this, and then I don't have the time to do it. So, but that's my plan. My plan for this week. Let's talk about my plan for this week. My plan for this week is to set up that tower, and I'm going to kit up in it. What I'm kitting up is going to be a surprise. I'm actually, okay, should I tell you? I guess I'll tell you. I'm going to be kitting up a sneak peek, and I'm going to be working on this sneak peek during the rest until the sneak peek video comes out, and I'll show you what I've gotten done on the sneak peek. So when I kit up in it, I'm going to make a video, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And you might be able to guess like themes or something like that with the colors. So it should be fun. But I'm going to use the tray tower. That's my plan. I'm going to set it up and see how bulky it is, because remember, I only have one station. So I got to see how bulky it is and how realistic it is to have it on my desk. I'm sure I'm going to have to move it. So if it's not very sturdy and I don't feel like I can pick it up and move it on and off, then I'm probably not gonna kit up in it. But that's my plan. If it's very sturdy, because it's very heavy. The tower that I got is wood, and it's very heavy. And so if it is very sturdy, where it doesn't feel like if I pick it up, it's going to fall apart, then I will I will kit up in it. So we got to put it together first. So that will be one part. I think it's going to be like a 2-part kit up video. That's my plan, putting the tray tower together. I think that would be fun. Now I guess if it's really unsturdy, I could use wood glue, right? And like wood glue it together because it's wood. The way they have it, like I watched the video on how to put it together, is you use rubber bands to like hold pieces through and stuff. So I don't know if that's going to be sufficient. And then I got to figure it's going to be a lot heavier with the drills in it. And I have to make sure I have enough trays. I don't even know if I have enough trays. And maybe, there's so many ands. Oh my goodness. Oh, and I think it can hold different size trays. Like it looks like it can hold larger trays and smaller trays. So I'm like, well, maybe I need to buy some. And again, I'm not going to go and purchase like a bunch of 3D trays. This is a trial to see if I even like, if this is even a way of diamond painting that I'll enjoy, because I might hate it. You know, I'm very aware of that. I might find it cumbersome or just maybe just not my cup of tea. So I don't want to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars on a bunch of trays that I am not going to end up using this system for. So I would definitely buy just like regular white trays off of Amazon to trial this system and see if I can get down with diamond painting like this. So we'll see. I have to see how many trays I have. I don't even know. And like maybe I'll base it off of, I don't know. Like, does anybody use a tray tower? And if you do you ever like kit up partially in bottles and then just dump, like refill your trays? I don't know, like hold as many as you can in the small tray and then refill them, or no? That's crazy. Because like if I have a bunch of colors that, you know, only have enough for a small tray, then that's fine. I have small trays. I think I should have enough small trays. But, and then if I only have a few that need big trays, I do have some big white Amazon trays. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's all going to be part of the fun of it, personally. And then, so that, I guess that's my diamond painting updates. And then everybody in the family's doing well. In fact, I got to call my mom and find out when my stepdad is getting scanned, because that's very soon. But he's doing really, really well. No setbacks, tolerating chemo fine. Everything's moving along smoothly. And he is gotten a lot of his independence back, driving, going back to church. So yeah, things are well on that front. And Bob went and taught a martial arts class. So this is the first time he's taught a martial arts class since he sold his martial arts school, and he was a special guest there. And I'm going to throw a picture up here of him in the class. And well, he took a picture with the other instructor. And yeah, he's in the middle. And he really enjoyed it. And yeah, he said it was fine, like it felt good to teach again. And so yeah, this is the first time he sold his school literally let me see, a month before his first pancreatitis attack, and we didn't know that it was this tumor yet. So he got pancreatitis. We couldn't figure out why. And then he got another attack. So he sold the school in August, got the attack in September, and then got another attack in May. And then June, he was diagnosed with this tumor. So yeah, this is the first class that he taught since his diagnosis as well. So people were very happy to see him. People that knew him. There was new students there, obviously, that didn't know who he was. But yeah, they were the ones that knew him were very happy to see him. So you could see the smile on his face. So he is doing well. He hasn't really had any, I mean, he's had pain here and there, but he hasn't had any of that, like, end up on the floor pains. So yeah, he's doing good. Good on that front. And I applied for that job. So if you didn't see my last WIP Chat, I was applying to this weekend position. And as far as I know, nobody above me in, as far as I know, nobody above me in seniority is interested. So I'm praying that nobody decides that, I'm like, this is what I keep saying. I'm like, I'm praying nobody has as boring of a life as me. And people are like, well, I can't do that. Like, I have a million weddings and baby showers, and my kid does hockey on the weekend and flag football, and you know, and they have lives and they're busy, and their family's like, absolutely not. We need you home on the weekends. Where I literally stay home and do nothing. So, although, okay, I say that, but then last Sunday I had, this past Sunday, so today is Tuesday, I have work tonight and tomorrow and Friday. So I only have Thursday off, which means there's going to be very little anything happening whatsoever, except for sleep, lots of sleep. I've been needing sleep, like, I'm a freaking baby cub. I don't know what's my problem, but I need tons of sleep anymore. I'm waiting for that whole, as you get older, you don't need sleep as much. That has not happened to my body yet. Anyway, what was I saying? I totally forget. Now I just keep picturing cubs, bears in my mouth. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So today's Tuesday. On Sunday, I did breast cancer awareness walk. Yeah, so I went out and walked with the ICU team. And we're hoping for more next year, although I might not be able to do it because it was on a Sunday and I'm hoping to have this job. But I will still donate, you know. And I'll throw a picture up here of us. I'll throw a picture of the back of it. So one of the nurses that used to be on our unit, she makes t-shirts, and she made these t-shirts for us, and it says ICU Angels on the back. You can see. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And you know how I keep going back and forth. I want another dog. I don't want another dog. So I see this Rottweiler there, and I go up and I'm like, can I pet her? And he's like, yeah. She was so freaking sweet and stinking cute. Oh my goodness. And so he calls her over and she sits right next to me and I start petting her face and I'm like smushing her face. Her face was huge, her big jowls, and she was loving it. When I stopped to talk to him, she was like pawing at my hand to keep petting her, and she leaned her whole body against my leg, like all of her weight. She was like leaning on me, and he said she was 90 pounds, and she was, I don't even think a year yet. She was so beautiful, and I took a picture of her. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh my God, I was so obsessed with her. Her name was Danny. And I just was like, I came home. So I don't know if I told you guys this in my last WIP Chat. I can't remember now because I've been telling this story to people. I got a medical massage where they did like cupping. And I know I said that I was going for it. And he had an Akita. I think I told this story to you guys. And the Akita was like, he was like, I hope you like dogs because the Akita stays in the room with me. And then as I was on the table and my arms were laying over, it put his paw in my hand and it was holding my hand. Well, I went home and I was like, I want an Akita. Then I was like obsessed with Akitas. Then I come home from the walk and I'm like, I want a Rottweiler. He's just like, okay, Kimba. Because he knows next week it'll be, I want this, I want that, I want this. I remember doing this when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I want to be a vet tech. I want to be a court reporter. Remember when that was a thing? I want to be, oh my goodness. I'm doing the same thing. But yeah, so I did that this past Sunday with my ICU crew. And then next week, we're going to go get Lebanese food at this Lebanese restaurant. So, I mean, but they don't always schedule things on Sunday. They do a lot of stuff during the week. It's just, one thing is like, it's a lot of people on my weekend. So right now, I only work every... right now I only work every third weekend, and so my weekend, we're all pretty close. We have a great weekend, and it's pretty much all the girls that went to the murder mystery dinner that I shared a photo of. We've been planning dinners, and I missed the last one because I stayed home for Bob's jam session. But they planned another one on on a weekend because they know that none of us will be working because we work the same weekend. So it's kind of smart, but sometimes the last dinner they planned was on a Wednesday. But again, they're not always going to plan on the weekend because a lot of times people have plans on the weekend, which is why they don't want this position. So holler for the weekends. Let's see here. Let's do W. So I applied for the position. I have to wait. I will know by next Monday. He has to keep it up. My boss puts it up on the thing, and anyone internally can apply. He has to keep it up for 10 days. So after 10 days, he's allowed to take it down. And, you know, if anyone applies, first it goes to anyone that's already on the unit. So if nobody applies from our unit, then it goes to anyone inside hospital. If nobody applies inside the hospital, then it goes to anyone, you know, anyone who applies. So it's definitely going to go to someone on the unit because at the very least it'll go to me, right? So I don't have to contend with people that work on other units that have years and years of seniority, thank God, because then I would never. there's a guy, he's trying to get off our unit and go to the PACU, and he was like, I gotta work like another 10 years here before I'll ever get a PACU position, because the people who apply for that have been with the company for like 20 plus years. And so anytime there's a position that opens, he applies and he doesn't get it because it's all these nurses that have been within the company. Now, if he was already working on the PACU and he was applying for a different, like full-time, part-time, something along those lines, then he would get it. But since he's not in the PACU, he's got to contend with everyone that works at our hospital who might want that job. So luckily, I don't have to contend with everyone in the hospital. I only have to contend with the people on the unit, and the people on the unit that are coming that have more seniority than me from other units are generally a lot younger than me. They're a lot younger than me because people that want to come into the ICU are young. They want to like see the fast pace. They want to maybe go off to be anesthetists, CRNAs, or, you know, nurse practitioners. So they need the experience. And so they're younger than me, which means that they have lives, you know, they're dating or they have children. So it's usually not like an older nurse that's coming onto the unit. Very rarely do you see someone older than me coming onto the unit, you know. So I'm just praying, like, if I had to contend with the whole hospital, then I probably wouldn't get it, because my seniority is not very high at this hospital yet. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm ever going to leave unless a weekend position opens up at a different union. I mean, this hospital system I won't leave, but it's funny because they have, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 hospitals in my hospital system right now, maybe 6. And there's 2 different nursing unions. And of course, I'm at the one, I'm with the nursing. 2 of the hospitals don't have a union. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know how people feel about unions, but I've worked for non-union nursing companies, and it was no bueno. It was not good. They gave out pay. Their pay scale was based on need. So like they were hiring nurses that had, like, I'll give you an example. I worked for this home care agency company that was just awful. They were awful to their nurses in general. And they paid based on need. So like I had 9 years of highly acute ICU experience, okay? And they gave me a pay rate. And I'm just going to use a random number. Let's say it was $30. Okay, so they paid me $30 an hour. I bump into a girl that I was working on in the ICU with. Now I'm no longer in the ICU. I'm working for this home care agency. I'm getting $30 an hour. And she tells me that her husband just graduated nursing school, and he interviewed with my boss at the home care agency. And she's like, yeah, you know, he graduates, and they offered him the job, whether, you know, based on him passing the boards. So he's never had a nursing job in his life, okay? He has no experience nursing whatsoever. I've been with this company now for a year and a half, and I went into the company with 9 years of ICU experience. And she tells me, and they said it was going to be like $30 an hour, and I was like, what? Yeah, they were going to pay him my pay rate. And I was already with the company for a year and a half. I was like, never again, never again. Because when you work for a union as a nurse, you know exactly what everyone's getting paid based on years of nursing experience. So you can go right into the union book. If someone says, oh, I've been a nurse for 10 years, they just go right to the chart. It says 10 years. They move over. They're making X amount of dollars. Period. Doesn't matter where that 9 years experience was at. They've been a nurse for 9 years or 10 years. They get this much money in their paycheck. And they don't do that to nurses. They don't. And I worked for 2 companies that were not union. And the other company, they, the nurse that was there, she was a friend of mine, and she told her boss, like, you got to hire this girl. She's got a lot of experience, yada, yada, yada. And she told me they were trying to give me like they were lowballing me. And she's like, they tried that with me too, but I just told them, you need to do better or I can't work here. And so I was like, okay. And she's like, and they gave me like another $1. So I did. I was like that's not going to be enough. I've already taken a pay cut to go into home care from the hospital. And now I'm taking another pay cut to come to you guys. Like, I need to be making at least this much money a year. And so they came back with a $3.50 higher amount. And which put me 50 cents over what the girl who was trying to help me get the job was making. And she had been there for 2 years. So I didn't say anything to her. I was just like, yeah, they did come back with a better pay rate. I didn't tell her what it was because, but I felt, and I felt bad, but of course I took it. But then it just reinforced for me. I was like, this is why I just need to get back in the hospital because, but at the time I was having a hard time getting back into the hospital because even though I had all this experience, I didn't have a bachelor's degree. Okay. I didn't have a bachelor's degree. And for some reason, like a new grad with a bachelor's degree is to them better than having a nurse with, 20 years experience, no bachelor's degree. It's just crazy. But anyway, I digress. My point is that once I saw the opportunity to get back into the hospital, I was like, I'm getting away from, I'll never work for non-union again for those experience reasons. Some people say it's so that, that they'll fight for their job. I'm hoping to never be in a position where I need to fight for my job. That's my goal, but, I guess obviously that's part of the perk is, you can have a union rep come and, if you're getting reprimanded, but yeah, so I would like to just stay at this hospital for a very long time and, get my roots back because I had a lot of roots at my old hospital. I was there for 9 years under the nursing union before I left, and I really moved up in the ranks. But so I really don't want to leave, but I would leave if I had an opportunity at a weekend position at a different hospital. And then I just would settle down and buckle in and never move again. But I'm just want this one, obviously. It's the closest hospital to my house. I love, love, love my boss. I love my coworkers. They're my favorite set of nurses I've ever worked with. And I've worked with a lot of great nurses, but I don't know. There's just this does feel like a family. They're just a great set of people. I think nurses in general, like I've always enjoyed, but this group, I don't know. I mean, well, you see, I always post pictures of all the things we do together. And oh my goodness, I didn't eat breakfast. And I'm like sitting here like trying to hold my breath so my stomach doesn't growl. Oh gosh. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to do the WIP Chat part of this, and I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to go get a shower. I need a hot shower because my muscles feel stiff. And then I'm going to go to the gym and get that out of the way and done with, because I have work tonight, and then come back and then finish the square and then edit it tonight. That's my plan. But yeah, my whole idea is that if I get this weekend job, I'll be able to put everything on a schedule. You guys, I mean, you guys, I don't like to live by, I told you guys, my friend said she wanted to do this walk, and I said, you got me at a good time, so I'll do the walk, but like, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to curse you and myself when I have to wake up early for this walk. And yeah, so Sunday, here we go again, more big ones and small ones. Sunday, well, I had a hard time. I slept a lot on Saturday, like a lot. And so I had a hard time sleeping Saturday night. So I was up till like 2:30 in the morning. And then I had to get up for this walk, and I had to be there at 8. So I set my alarm for 6:15. And so at 6:20, I text my friend, and I was like, what did I say? I hate the world right now. And she was like, good morning, sunshine. What happened? And I was like, my alarm went off. And I'm just not a morning person, and I went to bed, so like I had like literally 4 hours of sleep. But it ended up being such a great day. I'm really glad that she talked me into going, and you know, it felt good to do something for a good cause. And we're walking, and I'm like, oh my God, I graduated with that girl. I saw someone I graduated with. I ran over. And you know what's funny is she was one of my close friends in high school. If you remember me telling the story about how I hid in my closet, and then my girlfriend picked us up in her red Beretta, and we were like driving down the highway singing "We Are the Champions." She was one of the ones in the car with me. So it was so funny to see her. And, you know, I couldn't stand there and talk to her because my group kept walking. I was like, oh my God, hi. And, you know, gave her a hug. And I was like, I got to go, my group. But, you know, I have to find her on Facebook. And I don't go on my personal Facebook very much. I barely go on my diamond painting one. It's just too many social media things happening for me that I can't keep up with everything. But yeah, I do have to find her, and just, obviously she lives very close, you know. She was just walking her dog. I don't think she was part of because she was going the opposite way with her dog. So yeah, I want to hit her up and just be like, she looked great. She looked the same. Like, didn't age at all. God bless her. So yeah, and I didn't even have a chance to tell her that, and I'm sure that would have, like, I try to remember to say stuff like that to people, because I know it makes people feel good, and honest to God, it's the truth. She didn't age at all. I was like, oh my goodness, that's how I recognized her. She looked the same. I'm like, wow. And so yeah, and then we went out to lunch after, and I got fish tacos. I love fish tacos. I'm getting more sensitive to fish though, because they never taste fishy to me, but those tasted fishy to me. And then last night my daughter made, I think, swordfish for her and her boyfriend, and I don't know, it just made, I could still smell it this morning. I felt like it just smelled very fishy. I don't know why I'm getting so sensitive to fish, the smell and stuff. But I used to eat a ton of tilapia, a ton. Maybe that's why I'm just burnt out. I don't know. All right, guys, I think I'm going to put you in a time lapse. Those are my updates. Everyone's doing well. Pray that I get this job. I know you guys are out there praying. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like when I saw the nurse who got it, I was like, when you leave, I want your job. And so when she saw me, she was like, you were the one. I knew someone said they wanted my job. You know I'm leaving, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I knew there was someone. I couldn't remember who. I was like, how could you forget me? I was totally joking. Okay, guys, I'm going to put you in a time lapse. Enjoy the music, and I'll see you halfway through. I think we're almost there, so not very long from now. Be right back.
Something about you isn't right. I swear you can make me lose my mind. Lying here awake at night. If this is love, then I don't want it. Why you gotta be so complicated? I'm sick and tired of contemplating. I don't wanna be here waiting. If this is love, then I don't want it. I can't be the one you keep running to whenever you feel down. I can't be that someone who'll always be there when something's wrong. I can't rely on you now. I can't rely on you anymore. I can't depend on you now. I can't rely on you. Why is everything so problematic? Why are you acting so neglected? It feels so cold and unaffected. Swear to God that I don't want this. No. Something about you isn't right. Swear you can make me lose my mind. Lying here awake at night. If this is love, then I don't want it. I can't be the one you keep running to whenever you feel down. I can't be that someone who'll always be there when something's wrong. I can't rely on you now. I can't rely on you anymore. I can't rely on you now. I can't rely on you anymore. I can't depend on you now. I can't rely.
Okay, guys, I think I'm halfway through. I can't with this and with an E, guys, on, oh my God, I'm crying. I'm like crying. I'm watching this while I'm doing, and you're listening to music, and so much sorrow in this show. I just can't. I had to blow my nose before I could start talking again. And when Marilla says obligation can be a prison, and just, guys, if you have not seen this show, you have to see this show. It will make you cry, though. So if you're not opposed to crying. All right, so this is where we're at. And honestly, is this what I thought was happening? I don't think this is what I thought was happening, because I thought this was the tail of this one. So nope, I was not expecting this little guy at all. And he looks like he's upside down, doesn't he? Because aren't those... Maybe it's a... I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to keep going and we'll figure it out. But I'm trying to figure out why there's pink here. That doesn't really look like a nose, does it? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. So enjoy the rest of the music. I'm going to put my show back on. I'm going to cry some more. It's really hard to diamond paint when you cry. Can't see anything. So yeah, probably not the best show for diamond painting, but it's so good. All right, guys, enjoy the music.
Young, and we didn't want to be exposed. Even though it was cold, we were never wearing proper clothes. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, smoking cigarettes behind the school. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, you know. I still think about what we had when we were younger. We were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we go. When we were younger, when we were younger, I remember a girl. I would sneak into her parents' house. I could stay for hours, and we looked into each other's eyes. Hey, I thought I was Romeo, I was looking for my Juliet. And as soon as I left, I told my friends. Those days made me who I am. When we were younger, we were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we go. When we were younger, oh, when we were younger.
Okay guys, so that's the square we did, and sure enough we have an upside down. That was just, no, that did belong somewhere. I'm not crazy about this glue and these drills. This glue, I don't know. We'll go over all that when we're done. Anyway, yeah, we have a little guy flipping upside down there. He's cute. All right, I'm going to zoom us out and we can look at it all together. Hold on. All right, guys, and there it is. I don't know. Still feel like this looks like clouds to me. I don't know. And that one's flipped upside down. Very cute. I thought that this one went like this. So I was wrong. It's actually another one. And he looks like he's in the middle of a cloud, and so is he, but maybe it is something in the ocean. We will have to finish it and find out. Either way, it's very, very pretty. And we have 2, 4, 6 more squares to go. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out, and if you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.